I've written a piece in the Times today about the fact that across Western Europe, right-of-centre parties are establishing some strong political positions. In Britain, France, Germany, Holland, Sweden and Italy, historically the heartland of social democracy, there are right-of-centre governments. And this hasn't happened for over 100 years, really the whole period of democratic suffrage. I think this is partly because of a harsher economic climate. I call it the grim decade of growth-reduced and inflationary misery, as opposed to the nice decade of non-inflationary continuous expansion. But I think there's politics involved as well. The right have adapted to their defeats in the 1990s and are now playing against the left some of the political tactics that were used very effectively by left-of-centre parties to hold on to the middle ground, the centre ground, in the 1990s. We're losing, my side of politics are losing across classes and across values that people hold. I think that it's really important that we get the high ground back on what I see as the three key issues of modern politics. One is about how we protect people better from the dangers of globalization, the downsides of globalization, because I'm very committed to the idea that the globalization of economics and culture and politics that's going on is a good thing, but it carries some downsides, and people need to be protected, whether it be in respect of welfare or health or climate change or other issues. Secondly, this is an age when people have more and more power over their own lives, and they want to see that reflected in the way government works. I think the left has to seize back the idea of enabling and strategic government that's on people's side, a good servant but not a good master, as the old saying went in respect of markets. I think that has to be applied to governments too. And thirdly and critically, we have to address the fact that people don't just live as atomized individuals, they want to live in stronger communities. This raises profound issues, not just in respect of immigration, but of identity more generally. I don't think we should be afraid of the big society that David Cameron has pioneered or talked about. We should expose its flaws, and it's certainly the contradictions of it are being exposed in the borough that I live in, London. Some of the services for the elderly are being absolutely ravaged by the decisions of central government and undermining precisely the sort of voluntary effort that the Prime Minister says he supports. We shouldn't be afraid of the big society, and we certainly shouldn't pitch it against big government. We should be standing, if you're on my side of politics, for a bigger society. And one way that I think we can turn politics on its head is by investing in the sort of capital at ground level, not just economic capital, but social capital too. I've helped found an organisation called the Movement for Change, which is going to train 10,000 people across Britain over the next 4 years or so in the skills of community organising. It's really a leadership academy for community organising, especially in disadvantaged communities, but not only there. I think that can help nurture not just the sort of social capital that makes for strong communities, but also develop some of the policy ideas that are going to be needed to take Britain forward. Politics is a long game, but I think it's very important to recognise some of the urgency that exists, because I passionately believe that some of the decisions that right-of-centre governments are making are quite dangerous for Europe and for the West in general, and we need a strong set of alternatives if we're to provide the sort of political competition